So yeah, my photos are bad. Bobby pins, kind of fancy, shiny bobby pins. This is what my product photo looked like before, and this is after. So I think that's definitely an improvement, what kind of environment your product would fit in. So guys, I'm pretty anxious to see what happens with these new photos on my product listings. So in a video I did not too long ago, I was talking about how I was doing my Etsy product titles for my listings all wrong. Guys, I was doing it all wrong. In fact, I look at other Etsy sellers right now and they're doing the same thing I was doing. So even though I think it's very important to have like good SEO for your titles on your product listings and for your tags, I'm beginning to think, and I'm beginning actually to hear that your product photography has more impact than I thought, or maybe that you thought. Professional photography for your listings probably, I would argue, outweighs the SEO of your titles and tags. So I'm going to actually put that to the test. I'm going to redo my photos for a lot of my scrunchies. I'm going to do kind of like a testing thing where I'm going to keep the old listing of that scrunchie and then put a new listing of the same scrunchie with the new photography, and I'm going to see if this actually works. So yeah, my photos are bad. I can't, I'm not a very good photographer when it comes to doing like flat lays. Right now I just have it like on a piece of wood background, so I have the actual just one scrunchie on a wood background. Doesn't really quite go with my brand or theme of the scrunchie. So I've been learning from this photographer, professional photographer. Her name is Amy Eaton. You've probably seen her either on YouTube or Instagram. She has really good courses, and I decided to take one finally. And actually, I am blown away. There were things I wouldn't even have thought of when doing my product photography. So I'll leave her link down below. It's not an affiliate link, but I do recommend her courses. Okay, guys. Chalkboard, coin purse, funny looking brush, bobby pins, kind of fancy, shiny bobby pins. So what am I going to use these for? I'll show you in a sec. So guys, I'm doing a flat lay. So what I'm doing with the chalkboard is this is going to be my background for the scrunchie. Now there's also a company out there that I think it's called Replica Surfaces, and they do like backdrops of like marble, even like the black chalkboard type of thing that I have. And they're pretty good size. I think their smaller one is like a 12 by 12 or an 18 by 18. I did think they were a little bit on the expensive side for those backdrops, so I would probably suggest maybe go to like Home Depot or Lowe's to see if you can find, like if you're looking for like a marble, maybe look for a marble tile. The only problem with that I can see is that like a tile would be more glossy. So you might want to look for something that has a matte finish to it. But yeah, as an alternative to Replica Surfaces. But if you have the budget for Replica Surfaces, they have some really good options that are out there. So yeah, I do recommend them too if you can afford it. So let's say I'm using this scrunchie right here. It's a watercolor type of scrunchie. And I'll put it in the middle like that. Now I actually decide not to use these kind of like rose gold bobby pins, only because my logo is black with like a silver font. So you kind of want to go with your brand colors. That's why the wood never made sense. You know, the wood backgrounds that I had for my scrunchies. So this makes more sense, this black background. I'm also not going to use this brush only because it's a weird color and it's not very shiny. Now, if this was like a silver, kind of like these charms right here, it may work if I put it in a corner like this or at the top. But ideally also you don't want to use any branded items in your photo, only because it's like a copyright, a trademark. So if you have like a brush, say you're doing scrunchies and you're putting a brush in here and all you see is like Conair or like this Eco Tools, you have to actually not use anything that's branded in your photos. Another thing is I decided to do something shiny. So I knew I had these charms. I have these cute little charms. I actually have a whole bunch. I have, oops, I got these, like I have my cupcake scrunchie. So I had these little cupcake charms. So I was going to put those where the seashells are and the starfish and the fish. So I'll put a few of these in here for this particular scrunchie. So I decided to go more shiny to match my logo. And I found this candle holder. So I'm just putting, since it has like kind of like a Christmas theme, I'm putting it in the corner. I actually use one of these to hold it up. So be in the corner. When I actually edit the photo, I do a vignette so that this is kind of like blurred. So you're not going to see the snowflake that much. So I'll put that in the corner, and a mirror I'm going to put over here, just a little compact mirror. And I'll put it like this in this corner. So when you're doing a flat lay, just some tips. You want your main product in the middle of your background. And then anything else that you're putting as complements to your product, you want them kind of off to the side so they're not the focus, basically in the corners. So you just want to arrange it like this. This is just one arrangement. And I actually am not going to take a picture like this. I'll show you guys how I'll take the picture in a second. So you can see, like this string you're not going to see for the chalkboard. I probably can just cut that off. So how I'm going to take the picture is actually this close. And on my iPhone, with the video setting, because I'm recording right now, it's not letting me get further out without the edges of the table here. But if I was taking a photo with my iPhone, I could get closer and it would actually give me more of a wider picture than what I'm getting with my video part of my iPhone. So it's kind of like this, where you're having everything squared up. But like I said, my iPhone, let me see if I can change the settings here. Yeah, my iPhone is not letting me, see if I can change it. No, it's not gonna let me. So I can't get it with the video right now, but this is basically how you'd be taking the photo. So I'm going to do a couple of photos and then do like a before and after and see what you guys think. This is what my product photo looked like before. And this is after. Before and after. So I think that's definitely an improvement from my last photos. So I think I'm going to continue with this. I think I'm going to do like different flat lays with different props and just fill as many photos as I can on those Etsy listings. In addition to those new photos, I'm also going to do a video too and basically show how far the Scrunchie Elastic goes, basically maybe see it in use. I think Etsy allows like 10 to 15 seconds of video. So I'm going to try that too, because a lot of my listings don't have videos as well. So if you guys are looking to do the same thing with your photos, a few things just to keep in mind: your brand colors, what colors are your logo? Also, what is your product? Is it something that's rustic? Is it something that's fun and colorful? Is it something that's like feminine, like a satin scrunchie? So you would use like something you would normally see on top of a bureau, some sorts, like maybe an actual brush, but maybe something different than what I have here. But anyway, just keep the theme in mind, like what your product would fit, what kind of environment your product would fit in. So just a couple tips there. And whatever you use for your, if you're doing like a flat lay and you're taking a picture from looking down, just make sure that you're using backgrounds that aren't shiny, like glossy, because that would reflect light and it just would basically mask your product. So you want something that's matte. So just a few tips there. Amy Eaton's course actually helped me try to like arrange something that made sense, like on a flat lay, like I've been doing. So I highly recommend her courses if you are looking. I'll leave the link down below if you're looking to do something like this. So guys, I'm pretty anxious to see what happens with these new photos on my product listings. I just started to list them on my Etsy store. So I'll let you guys know how they do. But until then, I'll see you guys next week.